Proprioception is using your muscles. If you
Okay.
use your muscles, proprioception is the fancy word for saying using your muscles. Vestibular is when you're moving in space. Vestibular receptors are in my inner ear. So
Yeah.
if I'm sitting and I'm moving my legs, I'm giving myself proprioception, but I'm not giving myself any vestibular. If you're pumping while you're swinging on a swing, you're doing both. If somebody is pushing you, you're just getting vestibular, which is not as good as you doing both. The thing I recommend, if the kid can't push themselves, is for you to push them through their body. Don't push the swing. Push their body. Push through their body.
Their legs out there.
Help them hold their legs out, right. And then
you
push through the legs, and you're getting the joint compression.
Push through the bottoms of the feet.
Right. Because joint compression is also proprioception. Proprioception is both using your muscles and joint compression.
Yeah. And I've had kids catch on to pushing themselves when I give them something to aim for, and they're reaching their feet up and they're trying to get me.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
It's a fun game. Yeah. Right, exactly. And that's the thing also that I feel like is important for us to do is to convey that the sensory input is great, but you get more bang for your buck when it's in a relational context. Mm-hmm. So when you're interacting and having fun, then that's more. Then the nervous system is being bathed in a whole lot of stuff, as opposed to just some stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Learning happens when it's fun, a lot easier.
Integration happens when your emotions and your cognition and your sensation are aligned. If I'm pushing you on the swing, but your attention is someplace else, it's not as potent as if we have this rich interaction, which is fueling your ability to attend to the interaction. So then everything's in alignment. That's the ideal. That's always what I'm going for when I'm working with a kid. How can I get it all aligned? And it may not happen in the first couple of sessions or the first 4 or 5 sessions, but that's always in the back of my mind.
How can we get some of this vestibular and proprioceptive input at home without that equipment? Right.
So how can we, and it's going to be different and individual for like every family. A family living in an apartment that doesn't have a backyard, it may not be the same as somebody's got a nice backyard.
Right.
Vestibular is moving your body through space. Can you run races with your kid? Mm-hmm. Can you have all the kids running races? Can you buy or just use big plastic bags or burlap sacks and have like, what do they call those when you go to the fair? Those races things?
Yeah, where you're running happy in the sack.
You're happy in the sack, right. Is it a boy? And does he like to wrestle? And does dad like to wrestle? Can dad and his son do some wrestling? That's great. Can you buy one of those hippity hop balls? Remember those things?
Oh, I remember
the big
those.
Rubber ball with the handle on it, so that
and you go boing, boing, boing on
it. Boing. Exactly. Can you buy one of those things? Do you have the space for it? If you do, great. If you don't, but like I want not just for people to have specific. I want people to have specific things, yes, but I also want people to understand so that they can understand the concept and then say, oh, I know what I can do in my house. If people have space and they can buy one of those small little trampolines that you can get at the sporting goods store, that's great because they can jump on that. That gives you vestibular, that gives you proprioception also. So you get both. When they're jumping on the thing, can you sing a song? Can you make believe you're jumping with them? Can you clap their hands in the rhythm of their jumping? Whatever. What can you do to create a relationship around him jumping? People have to know what's going on in their house and just taking the information from the suggestions. And if they can't do the suggestions specifically, but just taking the concepts from them and how can you apply it?
I have this big bouncy ball So if I wanted to do something at my house, I'm going to get it.
Sitting and bouncing on the ball is fine. Right. Or you could flip yourself over and have your belly on the ball, and then go all the way forward so your hands actually hit the ground, then push back.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
For a kid who's very flexible and needs a lot of vestibular, he could be upside down over the ball.
Okay.
You know, that one I would say definitely have the parent be spotting them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or hold the legs a little bit or something.
How about someone who's having troubles sitting still to complete a schoolwork task?
Yeah, I would definitely say get a ball and let the kid sit on the ball while he's doing his schoolwork, because then at least he's giving himself some vestibular. You got a wheelie chair?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So spin is the vestibular, but we don't want to just have vestibular alone, because vestibular alone could be too arousing, especially the rotary one. So maybe he'll spin a couple of times, but then like he can push the floor or pull with his feet. And then that's giving him the proprioception. Depending on the kid, depending how tall or short he is, you know, he can like maybe use it as a scooter, put his knee on it and scoot with it. You know, can they have a crash pad, like take a bunch of pillows or the cushions off the couch, throw it on the floor so the kid can jump on the trampoline and then crash himself on the crash pad.
Nice.
Thank you.
And flying through the air.
Yeah, he won't fly that far, but still, it's something.
Yeah.